Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Yolan Cisse here with the Covenant House of Greater Washington, D.C. Today, for our virtual hiring fair, we have Anna Boots with Didlake. The floor is all yours.
Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, depending upon when you're watching this. My name is Anna Boots. I am a recruitment specialist with Didlake Inc. Our headquarters are located in Manassas, Virginia. However, we have areas outside of that as well. We have it all across the DMV, as well as into the Greater Hampton Roads area, which is kind of close to Virginia Beach, if anyone travels down that way. So the types of positions that we have available, okay, I'm going to try to slow down so he can stay with me
No,
here.
don't worry. I'm gonna actually do a recap at the end as well too to clarify everything. So just talk naturally. It's all good.
Awesome job. Okay, so we have janitorial positions open as well as floor equipment operators. We have janitor lead positions as well as supervisors, and then project assistant managers as well as managers. We offer mailroom clerk positions, driver positions. The driver positions are more so towards the Manassas area, just so you're aware. And then we have our corporate office and staffing positions available. And depending upon what your background is, will depend upon what jobs you may qualify for.
Okay, okay.
So, go ahead. Do you have a question?
No, I do not. Continue.
Right. So we have varying hours across all three shifts. So first, second, and third shift, as well as part and full-time positions. So positions to meet really anybody's criteria that they need. The pay rates go from $15 an hour all the way up to $22.43. That is for the DMV area. Whenever you go down to the Greater Hampton Roads area, it will vary slightly, probably a little bit less, only because cost of living down there is a little bit less. So as far as the onboarding process with Didlake, it does vary across the board. So once you apply and we push your application through, make sure if you do apply that you do email me. And let me go ahead and give you my email address. It is a
Well, if you can type it in the chat, that'll make it
Okay,
easier.
all right, I will do that. I will type that in the chat for you, sir. I apologize. So
Mhm.
anyhow, so we apply, then we push our applicants through, and then they are reviewed by the hiring manager. The hiring manager will then reach out to you if you receive the position and let you know that the position is yours. Once that takes place, you will have to submit your background release waiver. And what that does, that allows us to run your background check. And then if it is applicable towards the position that you are applying, you would then also have to turn in your disability paperwork. So, and again, that's only if it's applicable towards the position that you're applying for. Not all of our positions require a disability, but there are some positions where a disability is kind of necessary to take on that position.
So, quick question.
One,
I'm
yes.
sorry. So, quick question. So, on average, how long would it take the onboarding process? So, from the minute I showed interest to actually starting the job, on average, how long would that take?
So fortunately, with getting the us individuals in here as the recruitment team, because Ditlake did not have this before. However, we now have one. We're growing it. I am the first recruitment specialist here at Ditlake that's within that specific department. So once you apply and you let me know that you apply, as soon as you let me know, as long as you're an individual who can be pushed through for the position, which we take the top 5 candidates or the first 5 applied candidates,
Mhm.
push them through. And then the hiring manager reaches out to them to set up a interview. That can normally take, depending upon how long they're wanting to keep it open, it can take anywhere from a few days to a couple weeks. Again, that depends upon the position and the requirements associated with that position.
Okay, so on average, for say our lower level positions, how long do you think the onboarding process would be? Do you think you said it was like
So from start
three?
to finish, once I push your information through, the hiring manager, I think, has like 3 to 5 days or so that they have to set up those interviews. So for the interview itself, about 3 to 5 days.
3 to 5 days. So interview. So after the interview, you would know 3 to 5 days afterwards if you have the position.
Right after the interview, that can take about an additional 3 to 5 days just so they can do their review process.
Days afterwards. You can continue. You can continue. Don't mind me writing.
I'm sorry, that's okay. I want to give you an opportunity to do that. I don't want to make you feel rushed.
Mhm.
But also, once you've been hired, that's when they'll need to turn in their background paperwork and, if applicable, that disability paperwork. Dependent upon the position, they can start anywhere from like the next day to the next week. It could take a little while for those pieces to come back for the background. And again, that's because we have contracts at like the White House, the Pentagon,
Right.
DLA, BWI, DOE, HUD, White Oak, and things of that nature. So depending upon the location that they're wanting to get hired at will depend upon if it can be next day to next week to, a few weeks to a little bit longer. Just
Okay.
again, dependent if it's on the location.
Okay, so let me just kind of get a quick overview. You can confirm if I'm correct. So the onboarding process is going to vary. It depends on the position, right?
Mhm.
From on average, from applying to actually getting the position, you said it would be anywhere between it could be anywhere between 3 days to 2 weeks tops. Correct?
Top.
Okay.
Mhm.
So between 3 days to 2 weeks. And that's assuming if everybody's putting in the paperwork and everybody's working urgently, correct?
Right, right. As long as they're doing what they need to do as the applicant and the new hiree, then we can do what we need to do on our end to get that paperwork pushed through.
Okay.
So,
Can we talk a little bit more about the locations? I know you said that the main headquarters is in Manassas, VA, but I know
mhm,
that you guys have locations all over the DMV area. Could you just kind of elaborate on some of those?
yeah, definitely. So, we have them at the White House. We have a contract, the Pentagon, um, DLA, um, BWI, as in the airport, um, DOE, the HUD offices, White Oak, and then there's CMS, which is in Baltimore area.
Okay.
So, and then the Army National Guard Readiness Center. And then a few other places as well. It just depends upon what contracts we have and where we have individuals starting and stopping employment or moving up. I shouldn't just say that they start and stop. The good thing about Didlake is that even though you can start out as a janitor, you can move up into a managerial role, within a little while. You do have to be in one position for 6 months before they'll move you up.
6 months. So
Mhm.
room for growth.
Yes,
And you said
definitely.
they would be eligible that after 6 months, correct?
Right. So for each position that they hold, like even my position here, I have to have my position for 6 months before I can grow into another position. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a managerial role. It could be that you want to go from one location to another. However, we don't encourage that necessarily. It's better that if you're at one location to kind of stick it out and see what you could do from there.
Okay, so not necessarily moving to a manager position, but just if you wanted to switch goals.
Position, like locations. Mhm.
All right, this is all good information. All right. So can we talk a little bit more about the positions? Because I know we talked about janitorial positions. We know you have drivers, you have mailroom, and in each of those you have different layers of titles. So like supervisors, managers in each of those roles. So could you tell me a little bit more positions? Because you said janitorial, driver, mailroom. I know there were others.
No, not a problem. So we also have staffing positions, and that's an individual like myself who like I said, I'm the recruitment specialist. So I'm considered staff. And then as well as like our corporate positions, which my office is out of corporate,
Mhm.
but we have employment specialists, which are our job coaches.
Mhm.
So individuals who may be qualified for that, they can definitely do that. And what those individuals do, which is another layer of Didlake, is any individual who works with us, if there's someone with disabilities, we offer job coaches.
Oh,
So if you're
perfectly.
someone who needs it, and I don't know if Covenant House offers that.
Oh yeah, that's essentially what we do. Yeah.
Right. So awesome. So if you guys do that, then you don't have to have a job coach through Didlake to work for Didlake. So if you guys have a job coach through Covenant House, then please apply for us and we will get you in there. But another thing that we do, an added layer to that, is not only do we train the employee, we train employers as well. So we help the employers understand the individuals that they're working with and what they may need assistance with and what extra accommodations they may need. So, and those are definitely in place for like our janitorial roles, those mailroom roles, as well as, Marion's about me here for a second, as well as some of the other positions that we have available where they would need that. So, and when you're applying on Didlake, it will say specifically in the job description, it'll be the first thing you'll see on the Didlake website where it says individuals with disabilities or assistance paperwork need apply. So, and that means that those jobs specifically, you have to have a disability, but they can apply for any of them, obviously. But the other jobs on our website, if it doesn't say that, anyone is open to apply for it.
Okay.
So it's very concrete in that it'll show you. And then as you're applying, there's like 4 intro questions, and it asks, are you an individual with a disability or can you provide disability paperwork? As soon as you click no on one of those ones where it's required to have a disability,
Mhm.
it'll kind of delete you, not delete you, but it'll
Remove
delete
you
you
from
from
that
that
pool.
specific position.
Yeah.
So as soon as you click no, so know that if you do have a disability, and that doesn't have to be discussed with me, that doesn't have to be discussed with anyone except for HR when you get to that point once you're hired. So
Okay.
I don't need to know that. The only reason I would need to know that is if you're an individual who's wanting me to help you figure out what jobs you can apply for. If you let me know you have a disability, I can definitely forward on those jobs to you. But if you say, unfortunately, I don't, it's not something that's, something that I want to discuss, then that's going to be something that they'll have to figure out if they want to apply for those jobs or not. So,
Okay. All right, that's all great information. So I'm really liking the, especially with the disabilities, the access to being able to get job coaches. Because one of the things we've kind of struggled with was trying to find, what's the wording? Find the best accommodations for them. You know what I mean? There's only so much that we're able to really equip to do. So, and I want to make sure that our youth are really able to get as most of their employment experience. You know what I mean? Okay.
that's what we want too. We definitely want the things. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, so I actually have another youth in here with me that's watching this this presentation. They had a quick question. Could you elaborate on criminal records?
so the thing is, so we do allow, I think they call it like second chance in
Second
some
chance.
places. They call it like second chance. And we do allow that. Again, it is site dependent. Obviously, if you have a criminal record, they're not going to allow you to work at the White House. It's just, and I think that's any criminal record, you won't be able to work there. However, some of our other sites, such as like the Pentagon, may allow it. And again, it's dependent upon what your record is. So, and another thing is that we do allow individuals who, part of the ability 1, which is what Didlake uses as their reference, individuals who have addiction issues, or they can apply as well, as long as they're in active
Active recovery.
recovery.
Okay. Criminal records are a
So they can
problem,
apply as well.
but will prevent you from working at government sites, if that makes sense.
Certain government sites, not all government
Not all,
sites.
not
Some
all government sites.
sites are okay if you're a second chance individual.
Um, will prevent you from working at certain sites.
Right. And we won't, so that's why it's always, and not just with Didlake, I used to work in the HR realm as well. It is always crucial that if you do have a past, that you're honest about it, because companies will be much more likely to work with you if you're honest about your past than if you say, no, I don't have any type of record. And then when we run your background, we're like, oh, but you do. So just always be honest. Don't be scared to be honest about it, and if there's an employer who doesn't allow it, then that's not the employer for you. There's going to be someplace else where you can go and grow and do the things that you can do, because everyone has a past.
Absolutely. And I think it's important to, I guess, kind of highlight that, especially just being honest, is that, like, people are very understanding as long as you're actively making the effort to help yourself. People want to help you if you're willing to help yourself. And I think that's good.
Definitely.
Okay.
Because everyone needs help every once in a while. Everyone, no
Oh,
matter
yeah.
who you are, whether you're all the way to the top or all the way at the bottom.
Yeah,
You need
no
help.
man is an island, man. We all have to focus on not focus on the next person, but we're all in relation to the next person. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
okay.
definitely.
So criminal records aren't a problem, but they will prevent you from working at certain sites if you are a part of the Second Citizen program, right? And those
Yes.
that are currently dealing with substance abuse addiction, right? They can work only if they can prove that they're in active recovery. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. I think I have everything that I need. Can we talk a little bit more about the benefits?
Definitely. I'm glad we went back to that.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it is location dependent and hours dependent, because if you're part-time, obviously some of those benefits are not going to be open to you. But if you're full-time, most of them are, especially if you're on the staffing side or corporate side. But again, it's location dependent. So we do offer health benefits as well as retirement. They offer a retirement match. Again, that's site dependent. Life insurance, short-term disability, long-term disability. You also get ticket discounts. This is something that I was just newly acquainted with. So I'm not certain what all tickets you can get discounts with, but it looks like concert tickets, movie tickets, all the different tickets you can think of. I'm not a very cultured individual, so I don't know what all types of tickets are out there. And then as well as there's vacation and hotel discounts on one of our sites. So, and there's some others that are in there, but again, I think if you do work for, say, one of the government sites, your badge sometimes can get you discounts at various places, food places and whatnot. So, however that works, and that's not something that I understand because I'm not a government worker, so I don't have that special badge that gives me those discounts. But like I said, there's various discounts at different places, and some are afforded to others that others don't get, but it's kind of, there's happy medium in there.
Absolutely. Okay, so let me run this back. Okay, so it's based on location and hours, right? You offer health benefits, life insurance. I know there was actually a little bit more in there. Discount on event tickets, hotel discounts. Am I missing anything else?
So there was the short-term and long disability. So you can put STD or LTD.
Like that abbreviation. STD.
An LTD. Mm-hmm. Oh. So that makes it so much simpler, because trust me, when you're in the HR world, so you ain't writing short disability out every time you write STD and LTD. Some people get confused, but we know what it means.
It's always about trying to shorten up as much as possible. Okay, I think I have all the information that I need, but what I want to do is I want to open up the floor to our youth who might have any other questions. Did you have any questions for Ms. Boots? No? No questions? No. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually end this. I want to thank you for taking time out of your very busy day to present these opportunities for our youth, and know that we're definitely going to have people sign up. I'm sure you already put into the chat if you could put into the chat your contact information, as
All
well
right.
as where they would be able to sign up and
Okay.
apply for jobs.
So and then let me put Didlake's phone number.
Mm-hmm.
And then my cell. Okay. All right. I think that that's the information that you're asking about. And they can email me, or, on my cell, they can text me, or whatever works best for them as far as their communication, and let me know if they have any additional questions or concerns, and I will do my best to get them what they need, as well as share any specific jobs that may meet their criteria. So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Okay.
thank you all for your time too. I do appreciate it. So you guys are amazing.
Oh no. I mean, we try, you know what I mean? We're in the community, we're trying to help out as many people as possible. Like we said, we can't we're all about giving back as much as possible. We haven't gotten as far as we have without relying on the next person. So,
Agreed.
all right,
So,
gonna end this now. Talk to you soon.
all right, sounds good. Thank you.